Okay, guys, I just want to make sure that I'm live everywhere where. Oh, didn't I just change this? Everywhere where I need to be live. Okay, guys, please remember, you guys are my eyes and ears, so please let me know if there are any issues, if you can't hear me, if there are any problems. Just let me know and tell me what's going on. But I am able to see your comments. I am able to see your things. When. New Year, guys. Hey, Gunzim. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Overthinking Football Show. It's a special episode because we're still in AFCON. So we are watching the semi-finals. We have Nigeria who are taking on Morocco after we watched Egypt just crash out of the AFCON. Let's see if Nigeria, the Niger boys, are able to do what Senegal did and really cement the West as the dominant force in this year's competition. Remember, the show is very interactive. You can jump in and tell me exactly what you're thinking. But how that works is that at halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in. We're going to have a discussion. Halftime, you guys are going to be my analysts. And if we can reach 25,000 likes, I'll keep it open in the second half and you'll be able to jump in via the multi-guest feature, bottom of your screen. You click on it, I let you in, and we can have a discussion. But we need 25k likes. Guys, it's Nigeria versus Morocco. Nigeria, of course, ranked number 38 in the world, 5th in Africa. And then, of course, Morocco ranked 11th in the world, number 1 in Africa. In their last 5 games, Morocco has 4 wins and a draw. The draw coming versus Mali on the 26th of December. But then their last game out was a 2-0 win versus Cameroon. Then, of course, Nigeria has all wins. Last game out, knocking out another North African team in Algeria after already knocking out Tunisia. So is this a fate that is sealed for Morocco? The starting lineups have Stanley Nwabali in goal. You have Onyemaechi, you have Bessie, Ajayi, Osei Samuel, you have Iwobi, Onyedika, Onyeka, Lukman, Osimhen and Adams. And then, of course, Morocco side, you have Bono in goal, Hakimi, Ashraf Hakimi, Aguerd, Masina, Mazraoui, El Hawiwi, Diaz, obviously Brahim Diaz, the most informed player in this year's tournament. 5 games, 5 goals. El Hawiwi, Kanous, Saibari, Ezalzoui, and El Kabi. Guys, do you know Kabi? Ulo Shama, Mkanangwana, 2 of them. Egypt did what we did, sit back and defend. I actually just did my review of that, and I said that what I saw was that they played a very South African game. It was very similar to us. 7 at the back, 3 up top. The 3 is just hey, when? Oh, too much time. You should have passed. Too much time. You should have passed. Saibari there, with a chance after a Nigeria mistake there, gives him the ball. And instead of playing that ball to one of his compatriots, he decides to take his own shot there. So I was saying, Egypt played like a South African team. If you think about our front 3, if you think about the front 3 that we have, if you think about the front 3 that they have, the disconnect between the two, that's what we saw with Egypt. No mistakes this time, no handballs, no nothing. Okay, guys, what are we saying the score is going to be? Please let me know there in the comments what you think the score is going to be. We are 2 minutes into the game. Remember, the timer is right there if you want to know what is going on. But for those who are saying that Morocco is number 1 in Africa for a reason, they're going to beat Nigeria. This is all I have to say.
Relax. Relax. It's enough. It's enough. Please.
Madla says 2-0 to Morocco. Melvin says 2-1 to Nigeria. Another 1-0 says Ubongs, but it doesn't tell me which one. Kodani says Morocco is going to win 3-2. Senegal to beat Morocco in the final. Guys, it's a West African final. It's a West African final. Senegal versus Nigeria. That is all that's going to happen here. That's all going to happen here. Okay, so that Nigeria defense kind of opened up pretty easily. They're not dealing with the press very well so far. I know it's still early. It might be nerves, but they're not dealing with that press. And the spaces in between them are very, very large right now. AGM says Nigeria will win this game. I'm rooting for Morocco, but these Nigerians are not playing, says Melvin. Tight one, but I think Nigeria will make it to the final, says Abza. They have to, Mos. They don't have a World Cup to go to. They're still appealing. So, with the Nigerians, what you have to look out for is that wide play. That Lookman, that Osimhen play, where they go wide, and they love this far post cross. So it seems like Morocco is trying as far as possible to make sure that the ball doesn't get into the wide areas easily, right? They're overloading those sides quite a bit, and you can already see Osimhen waiting for that ball to be played in, which is probably not going to happen right now. But then there's a foul. There's a foul. Look, Lookman, Osimhen, that connection is amazing, and Adams holds his own on the side. So I want to see what's going to happen here, because coach of Nigeria jokingly came out and said they're going to sit with a low block because they saw that Morocco struggles when they have possession. Must have been a joke, because that coach is also being wanted in Tunisia. Watch out for Ninja Turtle during crosses. That's what they look for. That far post cross, bongs. Mush Mush saying, praying for Nigeria to win. Nigeria love crosses. Nigeria are Ferrari in attack. Yeah, but Ferraris can't function on a gravel road. Sometimes you just have to make it tough for them. And what's funny is that we're going to actually see how good Hakimi is. We're going to see how good Hakimi is on that side, because that's who's going to be looking Lookman in the eye, essentially. So we're going to see if he can shut him down. If he can, we're probably going to look at Adams to be the player that's going to have to come into this game and be bigger than his normal role here. So we'll see. Mtsepino, Pitso, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, look, that press. If Morocco can trap them. If Morocco can trap them, they're not good at playing it out. I don't know, Kiri nerves or something here, because Nigeria is usually far more impactful with the way that they play. They're direct. They go at you. But up to this point, it's been shaky. But it is the final. It is the final part of this tournament. We're probably going to see more teams playing it safe. I mean, we saw it in the Senegal-Egypt game, where there was times where Senegal was attacking, and they caught themselves and said, "Hey guys, let's sit back." Egypt was sitting with a back seven, essentially. Back eight sometimes when Ashura was coming back. So I think we're going to see a lot of cautious movement here. But these two teams mirror each other very well, because I think, I believe Nigeria came out in a 4-2-3-1. In a 4-2-1-3, and then Morocco came out in a 4-1-2-3. Essentially, they also have people that are waiting for the ball up top. You see, Brahim Diaz is one of the players that's waiting for that ball to get there with El Karbi. And then, of course, you have that Lookman, Osimhen, Adams front three of Nigeria. So it's either going to be a very cagey game, or it's going to be a very open game, because these two teams don't mind throwing people into attack. Ay, not Diaz. Hey. Tournament hasn't had any major upsets. Would love to see Nigeria silencing Morocco, says Peto. El Kabi will score. El Kabi, two of them. 2 bicycle kick goals in one tournament. And then, by the way, fun fact, the coach of Morocco, Regraoui, becomes, I think he's the only coach who has coached a team in the World Cup semis and also the semis of the AFCON. So that is a new record that he's setting. Regraoui, of course, he was one of that class about Pitso. So when Coach Pitso got his CAF Pro license, Regraoui was with him. There were three of them. Agent, please let me know. I know Agent is here. Agent, please let me know who the third name is. Is he a Nigerian coach? I know he's West African. I'm forgetting the name, but the three of them were at the time the only CAF Pro holders in the world. Oh, Tinsa! Here's one of the sixth of the tournament. No, I'm not boozing. This is apple juice, guys. This is apple juice. It's apple juice. I don't drink. It's apple juice. Oh, Arsenal's leading. Guys, there's been so much that has been happening here. So I just want to check something then. We'll also follow that game. Tenescu number 1. Pirates next week. There was this picture that Agent put up on his live. There was a picture that Agent put up, and we were speaking about, the knockouts and predictions for the knockouts. But what was interesting is that Hakimi, African Player of the Year, Lookman, African Player of the Year, Osimhen, African Player of the Year, Mane, African Player of the Year, Salah, African Player of the Year. These last 4 teams that have left are the top 4 teams in Africa right now. Guys, doesn't that make you feel a way that there's no South African players that can put their hands up in that sense? I think the closest we got was Pesitao. Pesitao Interclub Player of the Year, though, locally based. And then also Nukumato. I hope Morocco wins. Kibatla Senegal, Chape Morocco. Arsenal, Lebona doing things. Yeah, we're winning, guys. Arsenal scores 1-0 right now. Those things don't matter. You're as best as your last season. No, Melvin, what I'm saying is we haven't created players that are at that level. I think it further speaks to us not necessarily being on the level of some of these other countries. That the last time we created a player that was at that level, I mean, who can we point at? Who is it? Benny? Yeah, it would have to be Benny. Benny was Steven Pinar. But yeah, Benny? Yes, no? All those players are Europe based. Still, who's your player that's Europe based that you can put next to these guys? Who's your player? We don't have. That's Nabo. 12 minutes in, it is 0-0. KG affair. These guys are not going at each other at all. They'd much rather just play out. Morocco seems to be a little bit more active because they're trying to catch Nigeria, at least in that press. Obviously, that big chance they got, that Morocco got in the first few minutes here. But it's very cagey. It's probably only going to open up later on. Or we might even see extra time here. But no one is breathing. Bogazi amara semi. Oh, so semi. Happy Pirates is about to give us an episode of Bucks Camp Yambogazi. Where he explains. I like when our teams take pride in media now. Oh, Khatebe, yes, Khatebe. They're afraid of each other and it's the coaches. No, I get it. The thing is, you don't want to make a mistake. Guys, AFCON is about mistakes. AFCON is about mistakes. If you make the first mistake, if you're the first one to blink, it's very tough to come back. Very tough. Look at Egypt. Played a defensive game, held out for a lot of that game. One mistake, ball bubbles. Sadio was like, give it to me, it's fine. So I get it. Hey, hey, save. Shot there by Lookman. Cross it. You know you want to cross it. You know you want to cross it. Far post. Oh, gosh. Is Nigeria shocked by the pressure? I think they're shaking, eh? I think they're shaking a little bit. I think they're shaking.
Oh, kakaze.
What kakasel? Why kakasel? Why you kakaseling, my brother? Relax, go.
Agent, who's the coach? Remember when Pitso did his CAF Pro? It was Pitso Regrawi, and who's the third coach? I'm forgetting the name. The third coach of that class, the first guys. Morocco's got to win, says Kululego Pungani. Maybe Master Chef was box. Lookman is trying, but notice how they've changed the tactic. So Lookman is running from Hakimi. He's playing almost a 10. Like he's playing 10. And then if you look at Adams and Osimhen, they sort of play a 2 where they move opposite to the ball. So when the ball is on that side, they just both wait at the end. I think that's the plan for today, that you don't go out and out and look Hakimi in the eye. Because the width has been given by the back 5. It's not. It's a back 3 with wing backs. Very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know how much that works. At the very least, you know that the 3 will be facing the 3 attackers from Morocco. But the point of this whole thing is to try to get the ball to Osimhen. So that's going to be interesting to see how they get that right. There's a Euro bias in CAF award. CAF Champions League should be enough to make Player of the Year. Should it? Yes, he used to be on the left like a winger, and you put him. That's why I'm saying that's the crosses usually come from Lookman on the left, but he's playing as a 10. He's playing as a 10 right now. Ipenge, yes, Ipenge, Florent Ipenge, yes. Those are the 3 CAF Pro, yes. Was it Alusise? No, it wasn't Alusise. Who can match Calvin Bassey? Oh, we'll see. So far, it's been going well. Similar when they played against us. You're right, actually. Because they didn't really cross against us. Ow, El Kabim Kanangwana. There's just too much height. Like Nigeria has too much height. Set pieces are so tough versus Nigeria. Osimhen. This. The Moroccans are matching Nigeria's physicality. That's not good. We haven't really seen either of the teams do much, to be honest with you, so far. They haven't been able to penetrate or find a way in. There we go, Lookman. Hey, Lookman is scared of Hakimi, eh? Yo. He's scared of Hakimi. Every time Hakimi, he just hears Hakimi.
Oh, kakaze.
What kakasel? Why kakasel? Why you kakaseling, my brother? Relax, go.
I wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't expecting this. Is it just me? Or are the northern teams really playing like how southern teams play? Because Morocco's also doing that thing of having a fluid 3 at the top and sort of hoping that the ball is going to fall for, Brahim Diaz or Al-Kabi. It's interesting. Like but at least they've got combination play that you can see. At least they've got combination. Okay, no, I take it back. Not fully. Will this tournament be enough to get Diaz a chance to start Real Madrid? Well, it depends on who the new coach is. Akirabare Alvaro Arbeloa has taken over as coach of Real Madrid for now. So maybe this is going to give him a chance to go back to Madrid and stake his claim. But I don't see it. Who are you benching? Who are you benching for Diaz? Let's be honest. Pape, Vini, Rodrigo. Would you get rid of Rodrigo for Diaz? There's a Euro bias. How is it that Abu Treka has never won CAF Player of the Year? Well, I think the one thing that I don't like about the CAF Awards, honestly speaking, is that they feel as though it's the North trying to appease Europe, right? So a lot of the awards, that's why I don't like the inter-club Player of the Year and separating it from Player of the Year, because it's basically one plays in Europe, one is at home. It's the Chan type of award, right? So when I'm watching this thing and I'm watching the awards, I'm thinking to myself, then what does a player have to do? Like, is there a possibility for one of the local guys, the inter-club guys, let's say they go into the Champions League and they score 15 goals, and at home you score 40. You know, you have a Mbesuma season, then you have a great season, Champions League. Well, let's say, just for hypothetical, you win every single trophy that you can win as a player. Would that count? Because some of the guys are winning it just off of vibes, if we're being honest, eh? From a long time ago, I remember, who was the Sevilla striker? The bald guy. I'm forgetting his name now. Agent! The bald guy, but from Sevilla. Am I forgetting his name? Like, when those guys are winning the awards, you sit back and you go, surely there's people that have done better. Surely there's people that have done better to win that award somewhere else in Africa. Flip, man, that's gonna mess with me. What's his name? Sevilla striker. Was it Canute? Yeah, Canute. Frederick Canute. Did Frederick Canute win it? Wait. Yeah, 2007. Oh, I'm old, eh? He made history by becoming the first player born outside of Africa to win the award. He represented Mali. Yeah. No, Canute. Hey, Maramech doesn't have... I feel like both Diaz are so isolated, man. Look. They're so isolated. There's no player that plays in an African league that will win that award. Never. Unless we start taking it seriously. Because I was saying that award should much rather be an award that you use to market players. So you take players based in Africa, you give them that award so that they can be sent elsewhere. But also, I think you also have to massage Europe and be like, no, guys, you guys are doing such a great job. We need to give you your own award. 23 minutes in, this has been a very boring game, I'm not going to lie. Like bara khanje. This is so weird because I remember when we played Morocco in last year's tournament. Oh, 2 years ago. Is it not 2 years ago? In the last tournament, they were very controlled. I don't know if Lebona, they're feeling the pressure of Nigeria, the physicality of it, of that team, but they were so controlled back then. But also, this Morocco hasn't looked that strong in this tournament. I mean, they drew with Mali. They had to come back and do the 1-0. You know, the Comoros game wasn't necessarily a highlight game for them. Tanzania was a bit of a struggle. So I don't know, eh? One sense says there's an inferiority complex within CAF. Maybe. Well, true, there is. But it's an inferiority complex that we all hold, man. Like, I was having a conversation about why, for example, in South Africa, with the facilities we have, the resources we have, the league we have, the institutionalized knowledge that we have, why haven't we been able to develop players that are going to go overseas? Or develop players that are just left, right, and center, breaking all the records of the guys that have passed? You know, vilakazi and those guys, their records still stand right now. How come we haven't been able to develop those type of players? Why is it that we can't? And I said it on Banter League, and I was told, no, resources, Africa, it's like this, it's like this. And I'm like, guys, it feels like it's inferiority. We don't want to do the work. Not that there's no resources, especially for SA. So I think it's bigger. That Bruno guy is isolating Diaz. But it's you see the formations come into play. You see that both teams have a front three of players that are going to be disconnected from everybody else. You see it. So because that midfield looks so familiar, it's pulling the players back. Look at where Iwobi has to play the ball now. Iwobi is playing the ball almost on his defensive line because there's no space in that midfield. But then it's almost like both teams have chosen to rather defend, so they're keeping their midfields closer to the defenses and they're isolating the front threes. They're isolating them. Look, Prime Diaz turns there. Just look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Nigerian players for 2 Moroccan players. What are you going to do in a counter-attack? Even El Kabi is trying to be a target man. He's trying very hard to be a target man. Oh. Look, you trap the ball, there's 3 players around you. Now he has to do a fancy handball. Do SA players take it seriously when they don't take scoring more than 15 goals seriously? I don't think it's that, Bongs. I think you create an environment. The problem is that in South Africa, I can score 3 goals and get star. I'm trending. Sundowns is going to sign me. There's no visceral punishments. In those other leagues, if you don't perform, they're going to replace you. It's not up to you and the goodness of your own heart whether you're going to get better. They are going to replace you. Prime Diaz is fighting for his life at Real Madrid. One of the stars here in this tournament. Fighting for his life because he knows, there's no remorse there. There's no conversation. There's no nice talk and give you a chance and he tried it. He wanted to go from Kanangwana. Mara El Kabi, why did you go to ground there? Kona played in there by Morocco, bobbles around, and then El Kabi. Really? Now what's on the third one? Here comes Hakimi. Oh, what a ball. What a ball. Guys, okay, let's be honest. Hakimi versus Mudau. How does it look? Right back. So yeah, Bongs, you don't leave it up to the players. You create an environment where, well, if you don't want to, then don't. If you don't want to train, no one's going to pick you. Like PSL, you can get kicked out for certain things at a club, and another club will slap you up tomorrow. Same with the coaches. Same. Because our previous players that went overseas became homesick. Patrick kumnandilana. Josta told me kumnandilana. As a kid, I really believed South Africa was the best footballing nation. We love football, but we're not a footballing nation. I'm back, CJ. I'm back. No, I'm asking, can we be honest? How far is he? You have to have the conversation. OT leads the fucking issue, 5 goals, 9 assists all season, and thinks he's Jamal level. Next time someone compares Hakimi to Mdawa, I'll commit. Jihad agent. You're going jihad, you must shalom nyana, man. Hakimi has that tactical awareness. The final third, Mudau can't even put in a cross. No, and this is not to down Mudau. I'm not saying that we must diss him. I'm just saying that I think sometimes you're shown the level. That's why I spoke about earlier. Osimhen player of the year, Lookman player of the year, Hakimi player of the year, Sadio Mane player of the year, Salah player of the year. When last has a South African player sniffed that thing? But yet we speak very loud, and we're out here. Second, why is Hakimi any day? What about defending, man? You have to love this Arsenal team. I told you, get Thomas. Doesn't mean I won't be excited at times, but there's still 18 games left in the league. The issue you're now about crosses annoys me because you'd rather back pass than cross. Okay, so Bongs, back to what we were speaking about. You watch Hakimi and you watch the output. Mudau is our best right back. Yet we're sitting down and we're saying that when he gets into the final third, he doesn't have tactical awareness. Whether true or false, but he doesn't have tactical awareness. That is our best right now. Does that mean it's our best? Defending is not just about tackling guys, Mudau. Hey, agent. All I hear on all platforms are people crushing Bafana. No, Zizi, guys, you have to have the tough conversation. Part of love is having a tough conversation. Osimhen? Part of love is having tough conversations. I think that's what kills our football more than anything. The moment you raise questions or you speak about something, we deem it as hate instead of actually saying, okay, then how do we get better? But you have to be willing to have that conversation. And I don't think we're willing to have that conversation as South Africans. Honestly speaking about our football. Now, Babo Brahim Diaz, you could even count Abo Iwobi, Abo Osimhen Laba, Abo Hakimi Laba. The pedigree is insane. That's not necessarily hating. But anyway, we need to stop including South African players. Ooh, Oje or Hakimi. I think I'm still going to go with Hakimi because of his output. I think I'm going to go with Hakimi. Nigeria must play Lookman most in order to impact the front. I think Africa Springs, what you need to do here is you sort of need to pick a target. Basi misses a final if they go through. Guys, what is this rule about the yellow cards? Why can't they just abolish them after the semis? And just go, look, man. Well, I guess, okay. I guess it makes sense with red cards because you don't want to be doing something reckless to get into a final. But the yellow cards, surely you can just wipe those things, man. Surely you can just wipe those things. Oh yeah, or Jay or Hakimi. Yeah, Hakimi. I think I'm gonna go with Hakimi on that one, eh? Like if they can overload, Lookman, overload the left-hand side. Maybe bring Iwobi a little bit to that left-hand side and try and isolate someone. I think that's what they're trying to. Whoa, wait, nah. Hey, he even takes free kicks, guys. Okay, he even takes free kicks. How many players have successfully won a 1v1 against Murao? Is that all that matters, Maramandla? Is that all that matters? Okay, I could argue how many top level players has Mudau played? Because I can remember a few times where he's played the top level, and there it looked bad. There's a particular someone who made him fall on the floor. Again, it's not to say that he's bad, but when we have these conversations, can we have them in full? Not getting dribbled past by, no disrespect to the PSL, not getting dribbled past by a PSL winger, average PSL winger, and facing them every day. I don't know if it has the same urgency. No disrespect. Hakimi or Trent? Hakimi. Trent has a specific skill set, but I think as a complete player, Hakimi is more complete than Abu Trent, to be honest with you. Morocco is better than all the North Arab Africa. Nigeria will fumble. This one says Lou Scorpio. Even Moroccans number 2. Kana Chibi, Asian Chibi ki o winning. Chibi plays for Ahly, ne? Is it Ahly? Why did I always think Chibi was Moroccan? It's Ahly, ne? Yeah, well, he's far more accomplished on the continent. The problem with SA, we play football for feeding our families. No, but still, even if you're feeding your family, somebody sent me, I think Umrongwa sent me a video. Hosibarogo, sorry, sent me a video where he was speaking about how one of the players, I think it was Elias Nwepe, speaking about Ernst Middendorp on TK's show. And he was saying that Ernst arrived and he said to us, listen, if you don't shape up, I'm getting rid of you. If you don't shape up. So what is the consequence of being bad in the PSL? In general, what is the consequence? Because the consequence all over elsewhere is something else. So feed your family. But you must know that you must work hard to feed your family. It's not just you getting into the PSL and then you're sitting there. Technique he does sometimes at PSG. Kimi is dope. Morocco will get a penalty. Hey, Nwabali. Chipa's very own. The man who made Chipa Nigerian. Reece James or Hakimi? Are we talking Reece James? Are we talking Reece James attacking midfielder Reece James? Guys, I'm still taking Hakimi. I'm not gonna lie, eh? I'm not gonna lie. The guy Chibi has more assists in his career than Zwane. He's played 120. Agent, why are you coming to this conversation with facts, Agent? You know we don't like facts, man, when we're speaking about our football. You're coming with your numbers. Anyway, guys, 37 minutes into this game, Morocco has come alive a little bit, but unfortunately, the players that are coming alive are not necessarily the players you expect to come alive. So the supporting cast is doing very well in carrying Morocco right now. And maybe you're starting to see a little bit of frustration, a little bit of fatigue from the Nigeria team. And at this time, it's very important in a critical phase. For those who don't know, critical phase, first 10 minutes of a half, last 10 minutes of a half, very, very critical because that's when people fall asleep. That's when they get greedy. That's when they push too many people forward, or that's when they think that the job is done and they start switching off because they're thinking about halftime. Nigeria doesn't want to have itself caught in those situations, because here comes Morocco. Oh, far post, Maragawa, can't play, man. Ooh, they're taking risks. That back five is no longer a back three, and I think Morocco has realized it. 10. Oh, chop and shoot. Oh, guys. No, this is different gravy. No, this is different gravy. No, please, please. Let's not mention ourselves with these guys.
Sesiyajwayelana manje. Sesiyajwayelana manje. Ngathi zingane. No, lingayenzi lento.
Let's not.
We must respect each other.
Let's not mention. No. Playing for flair and fame also destroys a lot of good players in the PSL. Says Upeto. Hakimi is dope and his team is trying hard to complement him. Nigeria plays with physicality and Morocco so far have matched them. Oh. On target. Levels. Yeah, this Morocco team. No, look, here's what they should worry about. What they should worry about is that while they're committing 5, 6, 7 players, if Nigeria breaks on the counter, I trust their counter more than I trust Morocco's counter. I think if they break and there's space and a Lookman can get free, there's this motion they do on the counter, down the middle, out wide. They run far post, ball played in. Well, fastest move. Kind of the team that they beat 4. Was it the team that they beat 4? There was a lot of that action. Cross it. Cross it. Cross it. Auntie, Nigeria, what's wrong with you guys? What are you afraid of? I don't understand. Osimhen has been waiting. Chiefs must sign Nwabali. There was a rumor about it a long time ago. Guys, I think in SA we've seen a lot of European football. We're comparing the two levels, not the same. No, I'm blue. There we go. Finally, it's not about comparing. Well, it is about comparing. But for me, my comparison is to go, are you telling me right now, Sula, we can't teach players how to trap and pass and shoot? And when I say shoot, I mean, what is a laces shot? Guys, everybody who's here, who's played football, I ask this all the time. How many people who are here who've played football in their lives at some capacity? How many of you have had consistent strikers practices? I'm a striker. They're teaching me how to lock my ankle, shoot through the laces. This is what a follow through looks like. How many times? How many times did you have a practice where they taught you how to run off the shoulder? Like, actually taught you. I know when I was playing, most of the stuff that I learned was, I modeled my stuff off of Henri. Like, I was watching those Heineken things, but genuinely. And then my question then also still becomes, how hard is it to dedicate a Monday all the time to bring in somebody who is an expert in the thing? And just say, we're going to go into positions. Mondays are just for that. Mondays is literally just for technique. It's for learning how to run. It's for learning how to do all of these things. You get me? Guys, I think we've seen a couple of European football, and comparing the two is not the same. Morocco versus Senegal was my start prediction, says Wahib. South Africans complicate the easiest things. The Nigerians are not really as technical as I thought. They're just playing small teams. They were shaking in the beginning. They were really scared in the beginning. I think both teams are waiting for space. It's just that Morocco, I think, is a little bit technically higher. So they can, even without having to bring in both Diaz and those guys, Abu Hakimi are technically good enough to still carry the team. Whereas I think maybe the level, Nigeria's level in that regard is a little bit lower than, what Morocco is. So they can't compensate the same way. So it looks a lot messy. But there's going to come a point, if this game stays 0-0, and if Nigeria can hold on, I would bet that if you can get to the 65th, 70th minute, the home team is going to feel more pressure than the other team due to it being home. And you're going to see pockets start opening up when they start pushing people forward. Even if it's not 60, 70, it could even be extra time. He saw accurate Senegal was. Yeah, no shame. I respect the other teams. Development structures are failing young talent. Guys, we don't develop in the country. Hey, guys, we don't develop, man. We are looking for players that are as close to a product that we can sell. It's not, you're not building. Safa's doing very well for a nation with guys from the township like Abu Mbogazi. But it's like exactly like Mbogazi. If you want to take credit for developing Mbogazi's abilities, I just feel like he was really good. I feel like Mfukeng's abilities were just higher at a natural level than other players. And we're looking for those unicorns. We're not making the unicorns better. Ted Dimitri said, our development coaches must teach basic, stop focusing on skill. Do they even know basic? Do they even know basic? I want you sometimes to do yourself a favor. There's these English coaches. There's these English coaches that post their training stuff. Like it's the guys that coach the under 17s, like national team level under 17s, under 18s, under 19s, and they're teaching them things. Like there was the one guy who was like, "You're doing this," and then he showed him how to dribble, like just dribble simply. Hey, calf time. And you think about those things, and I'm like, I've never seen it. But I've never seen it. Anyway, it is halftime. It's been a cagey game, guys. It's been a cagey game. You're not gonna get super crazy games at this level. So we'll see. CJ, welcome. How are you?
You are back. You are back and back.
I'm back, Manish. Nakili back to school in Nagar.
Okay. No, man, listen. Beautiful
What
game.
did you see from this house?
Look, I think it's one of those games where each team is just cancelling out. I think the two teams have studied each other very well. I think Nigeria and Morocco know where the threats are, and they're eliminating it from the beginning stages. And I like to see that. I agree with what you are saying, that the more the game stays 0-0, I think the more I think Morocco is going to feel the pressure. But there was one thing that I've observed with both teams leading to this match. Nigeria has that dog in it, you know, that aggressiveness, that forcefulness that wants to win this thing. They once Nigeria gets to that zone, I think it's going to be game over for Morocco, because I think Nigeria has that grind in him, that heart that they want this. Once Nigeria gets to that gear, I think it's going to be game over for Morocco. I think that's what this game is going to be a game for.
Do you think that Morocco has that in them by virtue of being the host country? Do you think, besides the pressure, can that be activated in them to say, hey guys, Sisekaya, we need to play, we need to show a little bit of that dog? Do you think that could also come out from Morocco?
I haven't seen it up until this far in this game. I mean, in this competition when it comes to Morocco. I haven't seen them dragging the game from the ground up or digging the win out of the ground as Nigeria did. I think Morocco has been winning these games with their second gear. They haven't put all 6 forward. They haven't put sport mode throughout this competition. I haven't seen them. They've been chilling. Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
Okay.
I like what I'm seeing.
Let me go to Agent. Agent, my brother, welcome.
Jihad, Mr. Oti, how are you?
Hey, Jihad. Yo. What are you saying at Jihad?
In passing, man, chap. All I'm saying is the Moroccan second option is way ahead of Motaung, because, like I said, he has more assists than Temba's one, and he played 120 games less. In last season's CAF Champions League, he was number 3 on assists, ahead of Mufuke. But going to the game,
Marakila Brigisa Mutuka Agent.
And sometimes this is the problem, that even if you check the Champions League numbers in terms of defensive actions, Motaung is ahead of him insofar as recoveries and interceptions only. But when you check other things like blocking and duels won, tackles won, he's ahead of Motaung. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you have a conversation from an ignorant point of view. But to the game. Interesting game. I think in the first 15 minutes, I think Nigeria was overwhelmed. I think they surprised me, including me. I thought Morocco was going to come and sit back and hit them on the counter. Because I think I've seen Morocco against the bigger sides where they sit back, then they hit on the counter.
Yeah.
But they became aggressive in this game, which is interesting. I didn't see that happening. I think that caught Nigeria by surprise. But typical of big teams, you adapt within players. I think sometimes the big teams or with big players, they're able to adapt in game, and something that we lacked, where after the first 15 minutes against Cameroon, we're on top. Then there was a switch, and we couldn't adapt in game, So I think sometimes there's the problem that with big players, they're able to adapt, and they became more. The game became a bit more balanced, And I think one thing that I love from the Moroccan side is they've been able to close Iwobi. They're not allowing him to find those line breaking passes. I had a stat somewhere that he has around more than 50 line breaking passes this AFCON alone. So I think they've studied him, and they're preventing him from finding an Osimhen or an Adams. Yeah. And also they've made sure that the fullbacks, they don't push up also.
How important is the secondary players for Morocco? Because we saw it even in our game, even though we won our game versus them last year. Abu Hakimi and those guys can also step up and help control the game. How important is that? And do you think that's something that Nigeria might be lacking here?
Yeah, no, true, because I think sometimes this is where it comes back to team cohesion and being able to have players away from the first 11, or maybe, how can I put it, within the first 11, not so much known players, because right now, Lookman is locked, Obi is locked, Osimhen is locked. The ones that you're expecting to show up, your Adamses, your Onyekas, they're quiet. But with a team like Morocco, Diaz is not that efficient. The person who is threatening is the black guy, El Khaibi now. Yeah. He is stepping up the striker. So I think you do need those secondary players also.
Okay. Let me go to Bongs.
Yes, Oti.
La chima kona churen.
No, re strike re tsamaya di airport, re strike sa management re bareke di player.
Bongs, o ringa festa fe game.
Na, nka compare le 2 types of games.
Okay.
A dual monsters game and a chess match. I feel like Nigeria they are playing their cards, but they are just waiting for that one card that they can draw out so that they can beat Morocco. Since Morocco,
Yeah.
is throwing all the possession at the moment, they are making all the moves right now. They are making all the moves, and Nigeria is sitting back and waiting for that one counter attack where they can get that goal. Right now, like Asian Tanta Al Kabi, the man who's holding the strings up front for Morocco. So for me, I feel like Nigeria are just letting Morocco do all the hard work. It's gonna come out to a point where that one trap card, Eric Shelana from the bench, is going to be the one that's going to be the deciding factor in this game.
And then Bongs, is that a good strategy to have then? To just say, you know what, Haraka Twarella, just for that one or two chances we can take it. Is that a good strategy to have for Nigeria? Because we know in Nigeria is very direct. They attack, they go forward, they do all of these things. They've been playing a silent game. Do you think that is the plan, to try and steal this game?
It is a plan to steal this game, but I feel like that type of strategy, it's a very dangerous game to play. Because what if Morocco do find an answer before when your trap card that you're holding on your chest? Because right now Morocco are doing all the hard work. What if they can break that wall and score that goal?
Okay, well, Bongs, are we asking Nigeria to be beautiful?
No, it's not about being beautiful. It's all about thinking and finding a way to get that goal. You don't have to be beautiful in tournaments to win the game. You just have to get that goal, do the job, and move on, and see it in the next game. Because this is not a time where you play football like South Africans, where they only think about playing beautiful football with zero results.
Bongs, okay, let me just ask you finally here. If Nigeria turns up the volume, we know they're physical, we know that Osimhen are a problem in the box. If they can find that second gear, do you think that Morocco would be able to keep up with them?
Morocco will also want to answer. They are not just going to sit back. They are not just a team that are going to say Nigeria have turned up the volume. Now it's going to make the game very interesting. Each team will attack each other and will be playing their best cards now.
Okay. Hey, Bongzi, utlansa blue eyes white dragon. Let me go to Boki. Welcome.
Yeah, no, evening, gentlemen, evening. Yeah, man, hey, man, I'm watching, who's this guy, Hakimi?
Yeah.
That guy's, he's technically gifted, you know. Whether he crossed the ball and then he traps it with the outside of his foot, the crosses that he gets into the box. Crosses the ball. He was running, I chest right back, a shoulder. Man, that guy, you know, like the development that guy go. I think Hakimi was at Madrid. He's basically Spanish, but because of the roots and whatever, he ended up playing for Morocco. You know, same as Brahim Diaz. You know, but like, yeah, no, man, the development of, I think Morocco is doing a lot of good things in their development. Obviously, Europe is across the road from them. But for me, man, for South African football going forward, why can't we just go to Barca and get these guys who teach people how to trap and pass, scan, you know? I mean, there's different techniques in terms of kicking a ball, you know, whether you're shooting with your laces, toe poke, you know, the inside or the outside of your foot, you know. I don't know, man, there are certain guys that I follow on social media who teach kids, you know, like 8 years old, 9, 10. You know, these videos are viral. They're all over social media. And I'm asking myself, why can't Chiefs and Pirates, instead of hiring a coach that's going to earn 2 million a month, like Pitso and his team, I don't know how many millions they want, let's get these guys into the development structures, because the product, I'm telling you, man, even in the next 5 years, I don't see us beating any of these European teams, you know. So, and then my last point, I know it's a bit out of Chipamping is now running School of Excellence. What has he produced as he's always firing and hiring people? I'm not happy with him running School of Excellence. That is a very, very serious institution in South African football. I don't know, Mensafa, Department of Sports, PSL. I think we fumbled there. School of Excellence is in the wrong hands. And I don't think the product that's going to come out from School of Excellence being run by Chipa, I don't have faith in that institution. But my point in faith is that we need to hire these guys from Europe. Bring them, Sundowns, get them. Pirates, get them. This thing of just buying players 15 million. I would rather take Repailenda Maneka 15 million go Sundowns. Why can't we take that money, get one of these European guys and give them maybe 2 million or 3 million a year who's going to teach our boys how to trap and pass? Why are we always spending 20 million on? I think we're working backwards, but and I think that we need to really have a serious talk as to where are we. Look at Hakim when he's trapping,
Yeah.
he's passing. Bafethu, man. No, Bafethu. Our strikers, the strikers are not first touch, Bafethu. How many years have we been discussing that way? Mara, thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Now, when I said this, they called me crazy. Let me go to CJ. CJ, second half, changes, prediction?
Hey guys, you guys are sleeping on cheap and beggars. Yes, you guys are sleeping.
Oh, kala kike makhelwane,
And your
man.
money, CJ, and your money.
Oh,
You guys are sleeping on. I'll ask you this question. Out of the PSL clubs that have recently joined the PSL, who has survived the PSL longer than Cheap? Two. When have you ever heard of administrative issues when it comes to Chippa United? Have you
No.
ever had players or coaches not paid and not what? And yet that club is one of the clubs that has least sponsors in the PSL. And yet it has survived the PSL this far. You guys underestimate that man's brilliance when it comes to hustling. But I'm going to leave it there.
Coach CJ, where are you calling us from?
No.
I'm joking.
I'm being dead serious. That man he knows how to hustle left, right, and center. He's hiring and firing coaches, and yet he's still in the top flight football. How many teams have gone out of PSL with their coaches? How many teams have changed coaches and yet they've left the PSL? Let's look at Cape Town Spurs. How many coaches did they have? Where are they now?
Yeah.
Where is Supersport United? Suwelele came back and left. Swallows, where is it? Royal AM, where is it? And Chipa is still here. But anyway, let me look at the game. I wouldn't make any changes so far. I wouldn't make any changes until maybe the 80th minute.
Okay.
There is a player, man. I don't know these Nigerian players. There's another one. He's youngish.
Yeah.
I hope he comes in. He's got fire. I like that man. I like that man. It's gonna be an interesting second half, Mr. Oti.
Yeah, but did you just censor yourself, CJ? Okay, agent.
Hey, Mr. OT, do you know a man called Haldini? That is cheaper for you, but topic for another day. No, man, I think we leave it as it is. I'm just worried about Calvin Bassey, considering you're playing against, yes, they're not your North Africans in the sense that they play in Africa, they're still Europeans, but still, they have that mentality. One touch is gone.
Yeah.
So I'll take him out of precaution. And then I think for now, that's the only change that I would make. But I would also want Chukwueze to come in also. I think he's one player that can add an extra spark, And then on the other side, El Nasri, I think he can also provide that strength when El Kabi gets tired. Because I think the Sevilla guy, El Nasri, I think he was killing me just 2 years back. Yeah, I think you bring him in. He can do some wonders there, and it's interesting that Moroccan strikers are blackish, but I'll leave it there. Thank you. But yeah, I think for me, as my prediction, we're going to see number 1 versus number 2 in the final.
By the way, that black guy was playing Chan football just, I think, a year ago, El Kabi. Bongs? Guys, I'm looking for 25,000 likes, and I'll keep it open. And yeah, Bongs, changes prediction?
Like the rest have said, let's not change anything as of yet. Let's just wait and see and play out this game till 78th, 79th minute. Then we can make our changes.
Oh, who's we,
But
Bongs? Who's we, Bongs?
I'm saying Nigeria for now because I'm not going to say Morocco. I just want to see Morocco out.
Prediction?
I'm going same scoreline as the Senegal game, 1-0.
Okay, guys. The second half has started. Add 45 to whatever my timer says because my timer doesn't go up to 90. So please, if you're looking for the time, it says 1 minute 30 now, which means it's 46 minutes 30 on the actual time during the game. I'm looking for 25,000 likes. Then everybody can be able to jump in and speak to me about whatever you want to speak about right now, preferably the match. But then we opened a very interesting conversation about Chipampengesi and development. Now, for me, I think these teams are evenly matched. I think these teams, it's one of those situations where both teams mirror each other so well that they kind of take each other out. So that 4-1-2-3 versus the 4-2-1-3 is so similar that we're watching packed midfields that can't play the ball out, and we're watching defenders having to sort of take a lot of responsibility in holding that ball. And then we're watching front lines on both sides that are a little bit starved of getting the ball. So they're not getting the ball the way that they should be getting the ball. So they're kind of lost on both sides. That's why you're not seeing an Osimhen, you're not seeing an Adams coming into this game. You're not seeing Ibrahim Diaz and El Kabi. El Kabi is almost playing as a 10. He's dropping all the way back in to try and win the ball, be physical in the midfield since the midfielders can't fight that battle. We're watching Lukman leaving the wing position and going into the center. And I think the idea on both sides was that you're going to go a little bit wide. It was that the people who are going to carry the ball is going to be the guys on the wings. But what we've seen is that Nigeria is not proficient enough to be able to do that. And then also on the other side, Morocco looks a little bit better because guys like Abu Hakimi can take on that huge burden of having to play that ball out. So it's a very interesting game in that regard that they seem to have cancelled each other out. Nigeria looked a little bit shaky in the beginning. It's like they were scared at the beginning of this game, and now I think they found themselves a little bit at some point. But I don't know if their physicality is working or has worked in the first half. And I think their hope is going to be that in the second half, they'll be able to, turn up the volume a little bit and be able to really sit on, if you watch boxing, they tell you that the bigger guy might rest on you and sit on you. That might be what Nigeria is trying to do, maybe wear them out a little and try hit them hard later on in the second half. Now, the longer it stays 0-0, the longer it's going to be the longer the pressure is going to then, the more the pressure is going to then fall onto Morocco. Morocco is the host country, end of the day. They're in their country, they're hosting, they're doing all of that stuff. So at some point, the pressure is going to move over to them, and that is probably when we're going to see an open game. Now, whether that's going to be 65 minutes or whether it's going to be in extra time, what's interesting again, what we just saw right now, Iwobi is one of the midfielders that are playing in the midfield that's packed. So you're watching him having to go back and almost play like a deep-lying playmaker. But to find the outlet pass is so hard. Morocco has even adopted long balls. Oh, there's that far post cross. Anyway, guys, are we still feeling the same? Okay. If I bring it down to 15,000, can we just tap the screen, guys? It helps with the ranking. It helps with the discoverability of the show. So please tap the screen, so that we can get this as far as possible. But right now, we are in the 50th minute of this game, and it is still 0-0. We have yet to still see some meaningful attacks outside of some mistakes that were made. Nigeria made a mistake where it wasn't really punished. So let's see. Marvin says, but Nigeria keeps losing the ball in midfield. Iwobi is struggling. Iwobi doesn't have a partner. And he doesn't have space. I think Iwobi needs space. Oh, look, man. Think about it. Save Nwabali. Nigeria is actually pretty reckless. They're actually pretty reckless. Because Iwobi is dropping in, they're trusting that they don't need their wing backs to come back. This is not the first time they've been defending in a 2. Moki says Nwabali is a great goalkeeper. Nwabali is a great goalkeeper. Remember when they came to come fetch him? When the new coach went to Chipa for a day to come fetch him? I want to see something. Nigeria needs to up their tempo. Brian on YouTube is saying Nigeria needs to up their tempo against Morocco, who seemingly looked dangerous for most of that game. That's Brian on YouTube. That's what's shocking me. I think the coach lived up to what he said he was going to do. The coach did say that he's... Marvin. Coach did say that he's going to somewhat simulate a low block, and they haven't been active in the way that they normally. Faster. Very bad play there by Bassi. So coach did say that he's going to let them have the ball, but now that defense. It's only a matter of time. Top of the box. Someone needs to shoot from there. Al-Kabi is really old, 36. Yeah, no, Al-Kabi was playing Chan, guys. He was playing Chan. Is it a battle of diaspora? It's going to be West Africans all the way. I'm not going to lie. My prediction was Senegal plays Morocco. Senegal plays Nigeria, sorry. Morocco wants a penalty. They're going to start with their thing. You know the North sometimes, you know the teams, when they start their magic. Moki says Nigeria will win 1-0. But it has to be in regulation, guys. We can't watch this the whole time. "54 minutes in, it is still 0-0. Look at how they're struggling to play that ball out. Iwobi really is trying, Ali won. Why is Nigeria not crossing this ball? I don't understand. Why are they looking for the byline? Nigeria doesn't look for the byline normally. Especially if you don't have space. Osimhen have been out of this game this whole game. The battle of the init. Ball. What a run by Okabi. the Nigerian defense is actually not that well organized, eh? Somebody asked me about Bassi earlier. I don't know. I'm not feeling that Bassi is giving a good account of himself here. Feels like I'm watching Bafana. Long ball. Back to Williams. Long ball. Azo. Nah, this is Bruce football right now. This is classic Bruce football actually. Eric Shell is confused. He's like, Bruce, he discarded everything that works for them. Yeah. No, this is Bruce football. They're playing like Bafana Ketelo. This is Bafana. Like Morocco studied down Nigeria, play close, the crosses, you kill their plan. Yeah, but also Morocco's not doing anything on their side. It's one thing to study them and all of that stuff, but Nani, you don't have an answer really. Ah. Nah, this is Bafana. This is Bafana. Let me pull up the stats. I want to see if there's anything interesting from the stats here. Nigeria's created no big chances. Morocco's created 1. 7 shots in total from Morocco, 2 from Nigeria. Passes are almost equal. Yeah, it's just been the 1 shot, really. 2 shots from Nigeria, 1 on target. 7 shots from Morocco, 2 on target. Touches in opposition box. Morocco's only sitting on 10, whereas Nigeria is sitting on 3. Oh, Nigeria is really not in this game. But we are trendsetters. No, but it really is. It really is. I was joking when I was like, back to Williams, long ball. Then you hope that your striker wins that first ball and at least create some chaos so you can skip and just land in the other side, in the other half. And look, Morocco's also... Guys, what is it with late stage AFCON that they try and isolate their stars? Like, there's no help, there's no support, there's no outlet pass. In fact, Zalzoui did very well in that situation. Guys, lost country, Morocco lost to CJ. Natanda CJ. What country, what last country did that country lose to? My heart is starting to break for Afrobeat FC. They seem like they're choking. Nah, I think they're just holding on. If you can hold on for the next, let's say 11 minutes, 10, 11 minutes, the game will switch. We actually did a similar thing when we played them. The game will switch. CJ. 17 of Morocco is a fighter. Yeah, but don't fight on an island. Why are they leaving them alone? That's my issue. Nobody must leave the PSL. What was the rumor? Yeah, nobody. Hold on, Bafana learned that the hard way. True. But I could argue that I trust the front three of Nigeria more than I would trust the front three of Bafana. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? In terms of raw finishing, like in terms of I give you one chance, I would trust the Nigerian guys to finish off that one chance. Ow, Arsenal 2-0. Oh, guys. That's an FA Cup. So that's a wonke vele. I wouldn't have taken this serious thing. I would have taken this thing seriously. I would have let it go away. I sense Morocco will get a sneaky 1-0 win with a Diaz free kick, says Wahib. Chukwueze is needed because Osimhen isn't getting supply at all. And it's funny because his supply is right there on the pitch. But Coach Chalet decided to make him a 10 instead of a winger. That's how afraid of Hakimi he was. I'd rather push my right back up. Iyo. Onyemaichi. I'd rather push him up. See this Pasi. Iyo Pasi. Keeps losing balls. I don't know. The only way Nigeria is to win via set piece, via Osimhen. That's the only way they can score, says Malvin. 61 minutes in. Bobby's now even on the wing. He was like, yo, I need to go to the wing to get some action here. Trust Ibowinho. Oh, Ibowinho. Marawa hip Ibowinho. There's the long ball. You hope he wins the first ball. It actually makes sense when you think about it. Like, it actually makes sense. If you have a big striker, why not cheat to get up the pitch? Why not play that long ball so that you can, create some chaos in the defense? And once you create that chaos in the defense, you hope that one of your smaller players can jump on it. But I'm so sad because I prefer a Nigeria that plays. Like, I love the way Nigeria had been playing. The pace, the intention. It feels like there's no intention here. Like, it feels like they've sold out what they do well in this game in order to be safe for this game, which again, I understand it, but no, guys, at some point, just trust what you do. Just trust what you do. The Nigerian commentator is annoyed that Nigeria is not playing the normal game of crosses. This could have been Nigeria versus Bafana. Oh, they would have beaten us, eh? Am I allowed to say that? Nobody must join Chiefs. Didn't Chiefs have the opportunity? Bongs, you were at the airport. What did you tell Chiefs? What did you tell Chiefs to do? Basainema. Facebook signing. Hiding for real. Very fair and honest point to make. We're definitely going for extra time here. We're waiting for magic. You see, the difference between Nigeria and Morocco for me is that these guys, Hakimi on the right, is this El Zazawi? Ezal Zuli. They can carry the game on the wings. So they don't need their Iwobi to go into defense to carry the ball. They can literally give it to the guys on the wide. And both of the teams are trying to do the same thing. But it's just that Morocco traps Nigeria into corners where they lose the ball like that. And those long balls mean nothing because by the time they get there, Morocco's already covered. They're actually doing a very good job of pressing Nigeria out into trouble. They press Basi into trouble so many times. And Malume Kuto says Nigeria used too much energy versus Algeria. You can't play back to back like that. an interesting point, actually. That could be it. I didn't go because I don't sign. Abara has been doing good. He has. He has. You don't have the height to play that ball, Rego Rui. Morocco is our AFCON bred, yet we struggle against Nigeria. I've got a theory about that. My theory is that, let me use an example. I think if Sundowns was not forced to play in Africa, or African type competitions like CAF, they would be far. Maybe even Pirates to a degree, because there's a cleaner football. Osimhen, there's a cleaner football. So I think the football that Morocco normally plays fits in with what's happening in Europe. That's why they could do so well in a World Cup. But when you're playing an African competition, which is again like El Kabi, Bachaisen, yo. When you're playing in the continental football, it has less to do with looking good. So our teams love to look good. I think those European looking teams, the cleaner teams, struggle because of that. Being Nomsa says Nigeria giving us nothing. Libo us, Nomsa. Say libo us. No, Mel, what I mean is, if you look at the games that Nigeria has played up to this point, it's smash and grab. It's boom, 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 boom. It's, you can't deal with me physically. When I cross that ball, you can't deal with me physically. When you play Abo DRC, Abo's Baba, there's a physical toll that you have to take on. I'm not saying it's ugly football, but it's physical, it's direct, which is why I think we're all shocked. Malumi Kuto made a good point about maybe they're tired, but there's a way that we play on the continent, right, that isn't conducive to you wanting to play these pretty touches and build up like a European team and do all of that stuff. It's a long ball. Someone must win that thing. Then we go from there. Look at Osimhen. Look at Osimhen. It's Manra Kudluza on the continent. Whereas you go to a World Cup, and maybe that's why our teams don't do well overseas. When they go play these tournaments, the Club World Cups, the World Cups, all of that stuff, because you can't Kudluza there. There it's technical. There's technical. There's the crosses. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Melvin. Okay, let me see who's here. 15K. Anyway, 69 minutes is still no. Sinje.
Why can't we good loser like your Italy, your Netherlands? They are kings of
Because your Gudlu is based on physicality, it is not based on technique.
No.
You must Gudluza with technique there.
I don't believe it. Hey, we
You
watch
must Gudluza
Italy.
with technique.
Hey, we watch about Italy be good loser. Have you see those Italy, your Juventus? They play like Jomo Cosmos. I was like, yo,
But I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
Haaland Gudluzas.
Yes. Very much.
Osimhen Gudluzas. Mara Gudluza it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Yes, Inja. What's happening? Am I still?
Yeah. I think it's my network. It's my network.
No, then it's fine. Go ahead. Tell me what you're thinking about the game.
Look, I think it's one of those games. I'm not sure if I agree with Molumo Kutso. Back to back means that you are more. The blood is still warmer than the rest. You know, it means that you should be a little bit more fluid. But yeah, understanding the type of games that Nigeria have been playing, it might also. I also hear what he's saying, that they've been a bit physical and demanding and grinding those results than Morocco. But anyway, yeah, man, yeah. There's a kid that wears number 10 that they haven't played in this World Cup that I was looking forward to seeing play. I was hoping that he's gonna come in. Moabi is doing very well. I don't know why he's I think he needs to fix his attitude as well, because he might just get a yellow card for absolutely no reason. Other than that, he's been, for me, my man of the match in this game so far. I sense that Nigeria.
Are we being harsh on Nigeria?
No, not really. The setup for Nigeria is the outlook of their game is highly is backed up by their setup. You know, they're just setting up traps just to eliminate the danger of Morocco rather than being offensive. And I think maybe there's a time in this game where they are going to be offensive. Other than that, but they've done well. Let's give it to them. They've cancelled out Morocco's threats right from their roots, and I give him that. It's not every day we see a team that does this to Morocco. Maybe there's a way that Nigeria wants to win this game. Maybe they looked at it. They're not going to Mog and Mamila Morocco and go pound for pound. So they decided, let's set up these pressing traps. Let's frustrate Morocco, because let's be honest, we know how these North African countries, how easily frustrated they get when things are not going their way. And maybe that's how Nigeria wants to win this game.
When does that pressure flip?
I think round about, because this is a knockout game, I think they're gonna push for 80th, 90th minute going into extra time.
Okay.
And maybe
yeah.
maybe penalty. Maybe penalties as well, you know? Yeah, maybe penalties as well. I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is, eh?
Okay. Bongs, we are 73 minutes in. It is still 0-0. Obona.
Before I kick into the game, I can see that no Bohalen take out about good closer. So where do we put Mokhopa in this topic?
No, that's why Kere. That's why Kere. There's strategy, Khukudloza. There's times you need to do it. I don't think we have that. Khukudloza Khwarona is just instinct. It's not tactic, if that makes sense. So Leana Makhopa, I love him, you know. Makhopa Dino, Makhopa Tauski, Fande Makhopa. I love him. But Leana, he hasn't controlled it. If I can put it like that. He's very effective, but he hasn't controlled it consistently, if that makes sense. That's why I say Kio Haaland. How good is Haaland? He leaves with 40 goals.
Fine. Haaland Babang
Bakuruza, and they leave with yellow cards.
Right. Haaland Teba pass a ball in the right positions. And what does he do? He Cristiano Ronaldo's the ball into the net. That's what Mabasa does. Ne? Tapping the ball. Oh, no. Hey. Why I tap out the ball into the net instead of scoring a beautiful goal? Expected the beautiful goals and then Kwanareta score. Instead of just do the basics, do the Bomabasa type of things. Tap the ball into the net. You scored. Look at Haaland. Haaland was stretch a fella low to goal. motho wa boteng o tla sokola, o tla etsa this things tse tswang ba re ke mang Foster, o tla etsa this Foster type of things a jeke kitty bolo ba inkile ile gone.
Sorry, Box. Rete jwang, Box. Is this something we can learn?
Hi, we are beyond learning in South Africa. We are beyond learning. Rona ha rena hope rona. There's no hope. O ka lata le Pep Guardiola o kopane le Mourinho mo kopane le Arne Slot o kore o ba kopanye kaofela ba be mo o ra coach ang bafana. It's still going to be the same. Nahana a whole coach e tswang Brazil like Pereira.
Yeah.
O tlo coach bafana. Ha ona hope. Ba re late South African coaches. Ra ba lata kaofela bo Mashix Mashaba, bo ma Pitso Mosimane. Pitso ema on national TV. Hey, ha rena di striker. Can anyone out there in South Africa just show himself and come and say, oh, no, and be a striker for South Africa? Kore re sokola strikers that much gore bo Pitso ba eme on national TV. Ba le ba re we need a striker.
Mara, is that the problem, or we're trying to find strikers that are creator?
Recreate the striker because the players tse re na leng tsone, striker tse re na leng tsone ke bo Morris. Re etsang ka bo Morris. O tshele striker ha ba kgethe ke bona ba decide no re ba bapala professional football ba decide ba di striker. Ha ga mo kopa re tsama lo dalla a certain team be a striker who can score goals.
Yeah.
Then we have to go to Africa. Who score a hat-trick once in I get it in how many years? Then Berena no go a good striker. Can go a one-hit wonder. Nana mwape musonda, a whole mwape musonda.
Mara, boys, back to the game. Back to the game. 77 minutes. Have you changed what you're thinking? Who's gonna win?
Well, I can see since why we are no Nigeria is hitting traps. But I can see Morocco not. There's one thing they are trying to crack Nigeria's backline. Since Nigeria is gonna attack and forget to defend, they leave one man behind, which is Kelvin Bates. And at that time, Habamu leave behind. Morocco get that one back door, and they have not been able to crack that one mistake into Nigeria, which is when they attack, they forget to defend.
So then tell me, Bongs, when is Nigeria's defense good?
Nigeria's defense is not that good because I can see a little bit of cracks from it.
Okay. CJ, I want to ask you the same question. Is Nigeria's defense good?
It looks solid. It looks solid on all aspects of defense, defending set piece, cutting. I think we spoke about this. I don't know which live it was. When you look at players, when you are defending set pieces, I'm just watching this corner. Instead of going for the height or chasing the ball at its height, you block your opponent from getting power to head the ball. And I'm just looking at those basics now. That this defender decided, no, what, this guy is bigger than me. I'm not going to jump with him. I'm just going to make sure that he doesn't get power in his liftoff. And I'm watching these basic things from this Nigerian defenders, But I feel like the game handball, Mr. Ref, okay. Hey guys, I'm watching it on SAPC Plus.
Yeah, so you're behind, eh?
I'm way behind, Hey, Bongs, did you see the coach at Chicago when he was asked why did they buy 2 players from South Africa? Did you hear him?
Guys, that's for next week, guys.
Did you hear him, Bongs?
I didn't hear him. Only I heard So Detergent is saying he can't wait to be in the field and show what he can do for Chicago Fire.
The Chicago Fire coach said, we've got a player here from South Africa. We can't communicate with him, so we decided to get another one who can understand what is being said.
Yeah, give Philmon Masinga and Lucas Khateng.
And apparently, Kako Parents Development, they don't make sure that these players are multilingual.
Guys, next week, guys. Hey, next week, guys.
Our Rodwell keep on saying Pina. Chicago Fire coach is asking himself
by Tom.
Hey, time. Hey, guys. FCON. Hey, you guys are the one.
That's Sinjay for you.
Hey, CJ. He's not like this on Agents Live. I don't know why he's like this here. Guys, free kick, Morocco. Let's see if they can wrap this up in regulation time. Nobody comes out for the ball. Counter. Oh, gosh. Why do they keep looking for Osimhen? I don't understand it. Like, Osimhen can't do a 1-2. He's lost almost every single ball that he's done that. Why do they keep going to him? You literally saw a run by Lukman, and he just looked at him and went, yeah, no, I'm going to try find... I don't understand. This Nigeria team is broken. Melvin. Like, he's good to be the guy at the end of the move who just needs to finish. But they keep trying to play. Lukman ran past him instead of Lukman. Then you've been playing 10 the entire day. Why then move from 10 when you finally get the counter attack that you've been looking for? It makes no sense. Aye, guys. No, he's not technically good. He's a finisher. That's why you cross the ball, he headers the ball, he goes home. Thank you, Ndamulelo, for the rose. Oh, El Kabi is off. Kamane. Probably saying it wrong. I don't think that the coach should have made that change. Look, they're still going to try to play out the same way. Do players not adapt? They're waiting for you to play the long ball so that they can just win it. It's a 50-50 in the air. Look, into a corner, tries a long ball. At least that one played out. Lukman was in position. I feel Nigeria will get a late winner here. Notification says, yes, Morocco, let's go. Evan. They favor Morocco, guys. Hey, this thing really put people into a catch-22. You can't support Nigeria because obviously our close ties to our neighbors. But Morocco in the north, hey, people don't like Morocco in the north. And I don't see anybody scoring here, hey? They should. Abongile Tom will ref the final. Oh, is it? Is it confirmed, Malavikus? They shouldn't remove Al-Kabi. He was making those runs behind Bassi. Bassi's another one. Have you noticed how he was turning the wrong way most of the time when he was defending to his goal? Nigeria defense players got speed. That's the advantage. True. Which is why Bassi, who was getting the ball was coming in and he was turning towards the goals even if a player was here. Suicide. Unless you're faster and stronger. Guys, when exactly do you decide that we're Nigeria's rival? Isn't this more internet beef? It's everything beef, man. Everything beef. Internet, music, my piano, everything beef. How many times are we going to watch them play long balls into a full box? Guys, come on. What is this? How many times? You're even trying to play Lookman. This is so bafana. This is so PSL coded. This. Do you see any team beating Senegal in the final? I would love to see Nigeria win, but not the final. I've been a Senegal believer ever since I watched them give England a tough time. Once they started doing that, that's when I was like, yo, that match, watch that match, England-Senegal. Yeah. England was seeing flames, Scarface team. That's when I was like, no, this is different. Do you think we qualified for the World Cup because it was extended? Look, okay, yes, I do. But also 5 was criminal. 5 for the whole continent of Africa was insane. I don't know how CAF allowed that to happen. So yeah, 9 is cool. I still think it should be more. Kind of Europe is 16. Is Europe 16? I believe Europe is 16. Guys, can somebody score? Oh no, did it change? Sorry. How? Liluna, nobody was yeah? Couldn't. Oh no, it was reading the wrong one. Guys, Anisho. Full time. What? That was weird. I don't know what happened there. Ref is seeing his own things. Can you honestly compare Hugo to Pitso, who had to qualify with? CJ, you're asking heavy questions. You must just be happy we qualified. You break someone's ankles, and instead of going in the direction away from where they fell, you run back into them. Oh my gosh, this has become like peak PSL. Hey, Malume Goose, I don't know what happened. Something happened in my system. It was taking the wrong game, all the wrong details. And now, if That Katsu would be giving me lotto numbers. Oh, you think I'd be betting like that? Lotto numbers. Tibeka fella Powerball. He's a bad defender, Melvin. He's a bad defender. I've been saying. You're a bad lawyer, Shaf. No, the juju ones that I have is like.
Sesiyajwayelana manje. Sesiyajwayelana manje. Ngathi zingane. No, lingayenzi lento. We must respect each other. Sisekake. But in big trouble, nothing is coming right. And nothing will ever come right.
Come, Niger. No, cut back and then cross it. Just cross it, guys. Please cross, man. Hey. Oh, wow. Osimhen is so bad. Oh, then he wins back the ball. Nigerian right back only does. And I'm pinned. I'm at it. We're really going to extra time at 1 o'clock in the morning. 12. Hey, Real Madrid is losing. Chelsea Arsenal is 3-2 now. They keep giving it back to Bassi. Morocco is not pushing up so that they can pressure Bassi. They're not ready for, Nigeria is not ready for the second ball because the guys have been winning the first ball a lot. I think it's extra time. Right, guys? Which coach, Bongs? No, I actually have a video that I did. Guys, we forget that some of these teams have cultures and ways to lead them. Xabi Alonso was never going to work at Real Madrid. He's a coach. He's a good coach. He's a tactics. He'd be great at Barcelona. For Madrid, it's egos, bro. You're looking after egos. That run was so bad. And they tried to pass it. Oh, Kosiabi. Okay, full time. We're going to be heading to extra time. Oh, what a boring game. Wow, neither team wanted to win this game. But again, it's understandable. It's understandable.
It's funny that people are saying this game is boring. For me, it's better than the Egypt and Senegal one.
Really?
Yeah, for me, this one is better than the Senegal. I think
Are
the
you,
Senegal
are you
one was-
doing it's not boring, it's tactical.
No, I'm saying this is, and I said to a friend of mine that Nigeria and Egypt game was your typical AFCON, West Africa and your Northern Africa, your Northern African team. That's how you beat them.
Yeah.
You play boring and you just take your chance and go home. You know,
Yeah.
I was watching I think it was a striker coach he was talking about when Cristiano Ronaldo came to Manchester. And he said to the journalist or the guy that was interviewing him, I took him into a room and I played him a 3-minute clip of goals that was scored. And then I asked him, what do you see?
I remember the video, yeah.
Yeah, and then he said, the only problem is that when you want to score winning goals, game-winning goals, I'm just going to teach you to score goals.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, how many of our players, our attacking players, have that mentality when they enter into a game that I'm here to score goals, tap in, not beautiful goals, just goals. You know, I'm in the zone of scoring goals every single time you enter into a pitch. I am molded, formed, designed, programmed to score goals. Not game-winning goals, not game-deciding goals, not moment goals, but goals.
Marasinja, do we have people that are going to teach the players these things? Because even in the example, somebody had to grab Cristiano and say, hey, Joe, I'm going to make you do this. Do we have this hope that our players are going to just wake up one day wanting to do all of this stuff?
Yeah, maybe that's what we're witnessing. I'm looking at what's this guy, Osimhen, and I can see he is looking for a game-winning goal. He's not looking for a goal. He's looking for that goal that is. He knows that I want a goal-winning, and I'm like, maybe isn't this probably the problem? Isn't maybe the Moroccan? There was a moment when Morocco's attack when the player just could have passed the ball. He wanted the goal that is going to win them this game. He didn't want a goal. And I think maybe that could be something that needs to be programmed in our players.
Okay. Agent, extra time.
Hey, guys, some of these games must be the early ones, guys. Oh,
Is it tactical? Is it tactical or is it?
no, this is not Chiefs versus my Gacy. This one is tactical. This one, man, but I think it's expected. Because I think one would expect the two teams to cancel out each other, and neutralize each other's threats. But yeah, man, I don't want to say it did not live up to the expectations, but it did feel a bit short. But again, you expect such from such a big game, and for you to see that there is pressure, people are misplacing passes. There's a lot of misplaced passes. Then you see that there's real pressure here, But good game, like Sinja was saying, that is not defense versus attack, kind of thing. Like you saw earlier, the teams, yes, there's a lot of turnovers, but each team there is that an element of threatening in the game, And I hope more youngsters are watching what Bas is doing, the ability to calm the game down, the ability to pick up a pass, very good, But if there's one player, no, he reminds me, because I know if I say this, that is gonna go elsewhere. There is a terrible pass that he makes, that he switches over, that I love so much, But the one player that I wanted to talk about was Iwobi, He's one player that I've watched for some time now. I think you can see that he's growing. I don't think this is the Obi that was at Arsenal. Is it Arsenal? I think it was Arsenal.
Yeah, but that was years ago. It's growing at his big age.
Yeah, no, as I'm saying, I love his growth. I love the moment he has the ball, he has the ability to pick up a pass, because in most games when a player is off the ball, most times he tends to misplace a pass. But with him, the moment he has a pass, he's able to pick the right pass there. So I'm loving his growth personally. better than the player that I saw at Esma. Yeah.
Malume Kutso.
Khuluma ngentwana ka-Okocha.
Hey.
Anyway, Mr. Uthi kunjani?
Right, Malume Kutso, mara, you shouldn't be watching games like this, ka 10, man, 11, 12.
Waste of energy. Hey, no bad. But anyway, in that breath, in the group, 70 minutes into Nigeria versus Algeria, I'm sure you'll remember, I asked ukuthi, hey, le energy le Nigeria isebenzisayo, how are they going to play the next game?
Yeah.
70 minutes into that game, Algeria, I said, no, they're going to struggle. Well, I might have not said they're going to struggle, but I did question Uti. If you're using so much energy and you've got another game in a short space of time, how are you going to match what you're doing? And you can see, Mr. Uti, in as much as we could attribute it to pressure, I think they are so tired that decision making has been affected. If you even watch number 13, one of the fullbacks, the body language, Mr. Oti, it's gone. It's gone. Dlala nje, even Lukman, sekusele nje ama-player adlala ngekrach in terms of ku-Nigeria. Selo Osimhen nale out Leo Adam, abantu abanenkani. Which, yes, I'm tired, but I'm just going to push a bit more. You understand? I thought they would throw in Chukwueze instead of Moses Simon, because I think Chukwueze is still a bit more energetic, and I look at the Moroccan defense and I think they're beatable in terms of 1v1, in terms of they're eliminatable. And I thought a player like Chukwueze would have fit well. Ngapha no referee, mina angazi into azibonayo.
Malume Kutso, tsala.
I wouldn't say ngabo ref. I think every other ref is in a great tournament. But this ref, akithi ruthwile or kwenze njani, ubona amanye ama-foul nje awakayi 1-1-1-1-1-1-1. Nama-players sewaze ayahleka, they tired. But I'm also disappointed with Morocco, Mr. Uti.
Yes.
They should have taken advantage of this team, and they should have applied themselves better. Bayenza la ayikho, Mr. Uti. And now with the extra time, if Morocco applies itself properly, they could run riots here and trash Nigeria, because Nigeria is tired. No one can tell me otherwise. No pass kichimanga ma enkel match. Now, if they win this game, I'm worried. Ka final. We might see a heavy beating to Nigeria ka final.
But then Malume Kutso, is it, how do I ask this? Do you feel any disappointment with, these being our top teams, and we're seeing some of the mistakes they're making? I know you spoke about the decision making. We saw that game that Egypt played. Liteng man, Bo Salah, Bo Mamushi. Is there a disappointment, or is it just to be expected?
I was disappointed, Kaka Egypt. Horrible. Horrible. I even started asking myself, finally, because the world is going to be watching us. And we're going to have to present two teams which are the best in Africa. We can't present Egypt. They're so horrible. With these two, there are other factors, especially with Nigeria. I'm just disappointed with Morocco because they've got the quality, Mr. Oti. When you look at Morocco's quality, I think this is the only team that can actually match Senegal pound for pound in terms of our ratings of my players who in their own teams. You see a player like Victor Osimhen. He's a quality player, but he plays for Fern. You understand? Doesn't play for the biggest teams. But when we're talking Senegal, we're talking Morocco, we're talking actual big teams. We're talking Real Madrid, we're talking PSG, we're talking Man United. And these are players who actually play there, not reserve teams, not B team. So I am somewhat disappointed in Morocco with the quality that they have, with the support that they have, And also, they don't have an excuse with the pitch in Janjan. The
Yeah.
pitch is immaculate to a the pitch imnandi yinhle ugoalkeeper udlalela iChippa United uyavuma Mr Uthi mina ngamshaya bathi kuvimbi awusenale cabanga ustrike Real Madrid kuvimbi ugoalkeeper weChippa United uyamyeka bathi udlale hayi mara asicabangise lo muntu lo uvimbele iChippa United wena udlalela Real Madrid awukwazi ukukora hayi scam lesi. Thank you, Mr. Uti.
Let me go to Tuli, welcome.
Uyasirepresent unwabali lapha.
Represent Chipa. Uchipa was tell ukuthi he is Nigerian now.
Mr. Uti, le game mina angazi ke enjoy le game mina Mr. Uti. I think ama team o2 they did their homework.
Yeah.
Because if you check throughout the tournament, in Morocco indlela ebedlala ngayo yabona first 30 minutes 20 minutes we game bebekufaka on an extreme pressure bekore goal and bese ba relax emva kwalokho. But kule game I think in Morocco this is the first test throughout the tournament because if you check I caliber ama opponent abahlangane nawo awekho that strong. This is the first game aba-test yakhona and it seems like they are slightly failing lo test yabo. But
Yeah.
even now ilokhu njana because ilokhu Morocco was relying on ilokhu njana lama pressure le abayifakayo and then bahlala back or kube individual brilliance ka Brahim yabo. Bese yabheka manje yabothi Nigeria they did their homework because that guy uBruno is umfake ekhukhwini ulokhu njana uBrahim is not doing anything kule game yabo. Now Morocco they did their homework because they just make sure ukuthi iNigeria ayikhoni ukushaya ama crosses, so they always double up kuma abantu abaqhamuka kuma wings yabo. Enye into ngazathi iflop abenza iNigeria is playing ulokhu lokumen phana nendawo.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
It's not effective angifuna uqamba ma. So iyona into engathi iyabashafa futhi le yabo. Mhlambe kubalingazwe yena ukuthi mhlawumbe undidi is not there but akekho effective ulokhu njani. Uright mayiqhamuka esayidini yabo. But nje ilokhu njani iMorocco kuzomela ikore la Mr Uthi because abafuna ukuface umnwabali kuma penalty Mr Uthi. Iphethe premiership bule kuyakutshela. The best league in the world.
Already. Konji pe struggling the team that struggles versus Zimbabwe. Maybe
Egypt, yeah.
PSL Spapete.
Besibaphethe ngoWashington Arubi nomsendami Mr Uthi.
Mina bekisho
Yeah, but
ukuthi they were lucky ababonanga uChipezeze. But anyway.
Yeah, but I know I think if Morocco izokora I think it has to be set pieces. It has been working for them. More ukuthi izokora but ngiyabona wasekho no El Khabi, so I'm not sure ukuthi bazokhona no, but yeah, you must set pieces but hayi bahluleka namhlanje.
Lo number 7 wakhona no. Yeah.
Yeah. Lo shayita yena. Mafika kumalokhu kuma penalty hayi iNigeria izowina ama penalty. Bethu premiership hayi.
Yeah, okay, no.
I'm sure.
Agent, you wanted to say something quickly?
No, I forgot the point that I wanted to say that nobody sometimes he does show that he plays in PSL. He's failing to read crosses. He goes out, he doesn't come back to claim. And he's been exposed twice. I don't know why Morocco has not put more crosses in, but he sometimes he does show his level. Thank you.
Which do we have another player playing in the PSL in this AFCON at this stage?
No. Where does he play?
By United.
Buffalo City represent. Let me go to Boggs. Boggs.
OT, when you were comparing Nigeria's play to Sundowns, it makes me wonder because the last speaker Owiloka individual brilliance which Morocco was relying on. It makes me
Yeah.
wonder, am I watching Orlando Pirates versus Mamelodi Sundowns at the moment?
Yes. You're watching Chiefs, you're
Where
watching Bafana.
we are watching Nwabali at
Coach.
Nigeria playing Harry Maguire when he plays for the English national team. Then when he's at United, he's playing like Nwabali when he's at Chippa United. Letting the very same Orlando Pirates that was knocked out in the round of 16 here at the AFCON.
Yeah.
Score him 3 goals. Ne? Is that what we are watching right now?
Fox, why must you be like that?
No, that's football. That's how it is. Nobel is like Harry Maguire. At England, Harry Maguire is a beast. Hell, what defender was score everything. That's what Nobel is at Nigeria.
Akere Mona has got Bob Pasi, Mona has got Bo Siman, Mona has got all these big names. Doesn't that help him?
Okay, go Chippa United to Nalaboma. On Alabama go Chippa United.
CJ.
You see, that's the difference. One man can't do the job alone.
Yeah.
You also have helpers, just like Tambazwani and the Sundowns. He's not the one to carry the team. He's not Messi. Argentina to the whole World Cup. I won. I try from the back to the front. It's everything. I can't do it. I can't do it alone. I need help.
Okamonka Nwabali Chiefs.
You, with the defense I have, it's going to be a struggle. Get a remigate. Anta better Street Fighter. Nah, corner. Go it over a struggle credential. It over a struggle credential.
Okay, no. Guys,
South African football. How that South African football? It's like a horse. You can take a horse to the river, but you can't make it drink in that river.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. OT, have you seen a prisoner coming out of jail? And when he comes home, but take a buffet.
That's only day one, because you are hungry.
Have you seen how he behaves? He does not know whether to touch the food or whether to dish for himself. He's lost. Hey, that's what I saw when I saw Saleng at Sundowns. He does not know whether to stand, whether to fold his arms. Kufika botambo zwane ekhululeka abo Aubrey bayamzama azamike. It's gonna be difficult, that one. Hey, but we are here. We are watching Nigeria, Mr. Oti.
You guys are the worst. You went him visa. You went him visa. One of the videos, I was like, wow, okay. Chairman loves Saleng. That's all I'm gonna say. You can feel the chairman's love when certain players have fallouts. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. 105. We've got 1 minute added on. Oh, guys, is this thing going to penalties? Oh, wait. 12:15. We're watching a 0-0. And Nigeria is out of it. Like, Nigeria is not in this game anymore, to be fair. I'm Malume Kutso. You know which one. You know which one? I will not elaborate. I refuse to elaborate. I refuse to elaborate. You know which one I'm talking about. When an executive call must be made. No, of the league.
Uthi,
Yeah, box.
if rela no tjena ka gore no ke noto ke extra time ke 12:15 at midnight, early mornings. What happens in 5 months time re shebeletse Curacao versus Cape Verde maybe at the World Cup at this time? Ele not.
Will it happen?
Might happen. I don't know how dreams can happen. Now,
Get it.
just
Tournament,
imagine.
will it happen?
It will happen because it's going there in North America again. And games in North America, whatever they play very late, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. We did experience it during the Club World Cup not so long ago, watching Sundowns like at 2 a.m. in the morning. So now, if Rella no, got a mere extra time, come World Cup. Because World Cup in up to
Get January, bongs, mara. Get January. On top of everything, get January, man.
You must be gymming for the World Cup right now using AFCON extra time, You must be gymming, be ready. Because we can never fit at 5 a.m. in the morning. Beshabelete Mexico, maybe Ebapala, South Korea. 5 a.m. in the morning after 13 days.
Yeah. Got June. Got June, it's fine. Got January. Post December. Reparted the school fees, no. Arabatle next.
The regular cabbage because
Ow.
January. How na Cheltanama because you were gallivanting to a yep or celebrate the December.
I cannot confirm, not deny this statement, but that's all I'm saying. But let me bring in Matthew. Matthew.
Mr. LT, how's it?
I'm good at you, my brother. 0-0. Extra time, second half.
I think Nigeria has really proved its worth, and the fact that Bahlakana, we know it took time for them to build the confidence and everything, but they've gelled quite well. For me, Nigeria deserves to win this game because of the way they've held Morocco in this game, how they've been playing along through transitions, and under such tremendous pressure of being in a foreign country and playing with the host. So for me, I think they've won my heart. They've proved the point, and if Morocco goes to penalties, I don't see them coming back. For me,
Man, they're not supposed to win hard, Matthew. They're supposed to win the AFCON.
yeah, no, I was watching the Senegal game. I don't think there's a team that plays so coherent like Nigeria in this AFCON. And if Nigeria wins this game, they're going back home with AFCON.
I'm sensing, are you disappointed a little bit at the level maybe?
No, I'm not disappointed. I'm just saying that for me, Nigeria deserves to win this game and to win the AFCON. As far as things are concerned, they've really shown their worth, and it would have been nicer and great to see them in the World Cup. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But then, what do you think of the level then in terms of our level in comparison to these guys, in comparison to the world? Is the AFCON teaching you anything about the World Cup or where we sit?
Or you mean the African football compared to the world football and stuff? I think Morocco has given us that taste. This AFCON was really organized at a very, very high level, and the type of football that has been played here is world class. Truly speaking, all these teams, they really stepped up. You saw Zimbabwe, how they played. You saw how Mozambique was playing, and yeah, I hope South Africa would step up and bring in necessary players to really take their game to the next level. But I think we're quite competitive enough to compete with teams at the highest ranks. So far, so good. I'm really not scared if Morocco is to play, but I know Morocco is going to open with Brazil. Yeah. But I think our teams are really we are doing well. This is way better than Copa America for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm impressed, to be honest, Mr. OT. I'm really impressed. Yeah.
Let me bring in Usentabo. Usentabo, welcome.
Hey, OT, how are you, my man?
Hey, hi man, I'm 107 minutes into this game and it's still 0-0. That's how I am.
Hi, Mona, they are eating our midnight prayers. OT, these are my views regarding the level. Africa and Africa and Eastern Europe, they are the same level. So I'm not much concerned. Why I'm saying that, they depend a lot on transitions. And from there on, if you check OT, the midfield is not so active. What is active?
Yeah.
It's the defense to kick those helicopter footballs. You remember pyramids, the way they play? It's exactly the pyramid style. So I'm looking at this tournament, OT, and it makes me feel sad. Keboni statement Sanadi. I don't know if it's an official statement or what, but he said something along these lines. Bafana players held themselves back because some of them, they were afraid to get injured before the World Cup. So he knows the psychology of the players, and that's what he observed throughout the tournament, because the South Africa he saw is not the one that he knew. So when he said that, I considered how some of our guys, Mbule was strange. You understand? We can go, man, to most of the players. They were just strange. They were not themselves. And I then realized something. It's either our players, stage fright is a big thing, or else it was really about not getting injured. Taking this tournament as a stepping stone, measuring themselves, and then hoping that they will still cut it for the World Cup. But level-wise, OT, this Morocco here that you see is the same Morocco which, if ever Nigeria was playing somewhat like Senegal or South Africa, Morocco was in trouble, number one, because every time Nigeria makes vertical passes, like South Africa does, those vertical passes straight from the defense that cuts the midfield going to the strikers, Morocco's midfield is nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So it shows that they still have the same problem. Yes, Amrabat Hayo, there's someone who's a bit quicker, but Bantibana Matata are the same. So World Cup wise, they might struggle against big teams because they also depend a lot on transitions, and of which their front line high that quick. Banale Hakimi, yes, but has a front line Hakimi. So it's going to be a bit tricky. Ronald OT, all that we have to do, the boys have to just let go, be themselves, and tell themselves that every game they go as warriors in order to try to market themselves for bigger markets. We're gonna outperform, man. We're gonna.
But
outperform
isn't the problem? Isn't the problem that you can book a flight now? Like you're going to be in there. Isn't that a lot of the problem with our football in general? That some players understand that no matter what, I'll have a job. No matter for me, I'll be fine. Do you think that we have a level of accountability in our football in general? You get what I mean? Like development players know that I don't necessarily have to develop. I might land somewhere else and then, I'll have a good career and get paid money and all of that stuff. Is that maybe what's wrong with our football?
I will put it this way. With our players, our problem ke bolo ya strata mentality, street football mentality. Once you get the fame for 2 weeks, you think that you have already made it. Why I'm saying that, OT? We have Pirates that has caught form this season.
Yeah.
And this season, it's in the middle. It's 6 months, OT, couple 5 months.
Yeah.
You understand? But the way they were carrying themselves, more AFCON, you would say Sundowns, man, that has been running for so long. And they have forgotten something. Sundowns, the players Sundowns nearly injured, and some of the players like Mokwena, I remember he had stories like from Esperance to the Middle East, Onasabapali, then he had to gain form and all that. So they have forgotten that, and I saw the sense of agency is not there. So why I'm saying this again? If you can check how South Africa trended for these 6 months, is the way Pirates trended for these 6 months. But when it comes to things that matters most, stand, and we know they can stand. We know our policy, you can do wonders. You understand that we know that Mufute, you cannot be challenged. If ever you are kicking your will to it. Let's remember the likes of Hore Lebane ba challenger Tunisia, CR Belazo. Yeah, but the Hore Lebane banka bo Al Ahly on. So it tells us if they want to apply themselves, they can. So Horeba Bituete Cameroon still does not make sense to this day. It does not make sense to this day. Horeba Petele Angola the way Baba Pete, it does not make sense to this day. Kutule, some of the legends saying we should have been allowed the boys. Those boys, I don't think they need much talking to. OT, they have been there, they've been part of the squad. Baba Petel Nigeria, look at how they played against Nigeria. They showed that we can stand. Why couldn't they stand against Bobo Cameroon? I mean, Cameroon now no defense, like total. If you want Cameroon, you want Lupopo, saying Lupopo. They group balabangata fela gadi 18 mara structure. Look at how stupid goal ma khopa ay korile. Bani balabangata ne.
Lupopo Shabile Pirate.
Yeah, but I'm saying, look at how it's a stupid goal ema khopa ay korile. Mudiba crosses from deep.
Yeah.
If ball structured, someone could have headed the ball out. By misite up until if it was a tap in. Bolo apolisa na kora Lupopo ye ni equalizer o ka sheba OT leona Lupopo ne lengata fela apolisa o tributse motho yu a Glamino entse pass a tribula motho yu wana shoot it was a goal. So it tells you that if they wanted to apply themselves they could have, and by now they say Morocco we are embarrassing it again. So our players ke mentality OT, nothing else.
Okay, no, for time let me bring in Ndamlelo, welcome. Okay, before we get back, 114 minutes is still 0-0. Oh, there we go. Ndamlelo, welcome.
Yeah. OT. I've been watching this game of Nigeria and Morocco. Since 20 minutes, I saw that there will be no goals, OT.
Yeah.
Since 20 minutes, I saw there was no goal. I saw the corner goal play game.
Yeah.
So when I'm a penalty. I couldn't enjoy la.
What's wrong?
Kodwa ngiyabazwa abafana bakhuluma lana ngabafana manje uthi thina sizishayile ku Cameroon lapha. Thina sizishayile, we knock ourselves out.
Yeah.
We could have finished that game in 20 minutes time, like all done before they make the changes. We miss our chances on that game. And I was telling someone mengitsha umuntu ngibukana ibhola uthi hey mfethu sizodliwa lana. Simise isikhala salona samfukeni sokuqala. Samisa nalo mfana yesibili. Lo muntu ngibenhleli naye ngamtshela ukuthi siyadliwa namhlanje. Siyadliwa. Paul, like sizishayile kulena game. It's not a Bruce fault. It's not like abadlali bethu, like maybe lack of quality. Singasho kanjalo ukuthi we have a lack of quality. Ngoba like ama-chances ayicreate-ile 15 minutes wonke sibe singaphezu kwayo ilona iCameroon.
Manje sidlulisa kanjani leyo quality? How do we fix the quality then?
Abafana abadlali bephesheya abadlali bephesheya abafana, like you know, there is a lot to learn in football.
Yeah,
there is a lot to learn in football. We can't say PSL is the best. We do not even have VAR in South Africa, so we can't say PSL is the best league. Yabona lenda.
Yeah.
If you want a VAR, like post comparison kanjani abantu badlala bayijwayele i-VAR. Thina seqala ukufika laphana abadlali bethu ba-8 bonke abayazi i-VAR. Baqala ukuhlangana nayo. Bebasahlangana nayo once basahlangana nayo once ku Champions League la Sundowns badlalayo nabe-Paris. Other than that, if uyaphuma ku-Chiefs akayazi i-VAR, uyohlangana nayo lapho uyoqala uyibona i-VAR. Paul, like PSL is the best league. Oti, come on. We still need to develop the league.
Yeah.
We have a better. We do have a players in South Africa. Where's the talent? But like the intensity of the football, they're not the same. The intensity, the speed of the football, they're not the same. If you are playing if you watch PSL football, it's fast, ne?
Yeah.
But if you watch what English Premier League, you see that it's a Ferrari versus Toyota. Come on, guys.
Okay.
It's a Ferrari versus Toyota.
For time, I'm gonna jump in, guys. We are maybe 3 minutes away from penalties right now. 3 minutes.
Yeah, siyakhona.
Let me bring in Velile Mtakabam. Ngibukele lento banayi mina ngifuna iphele man.
That time umuntu wakhona omunye ogibela iquantum ekuseni bakugxeka iToyota. Boba uyukhuze Nkosi yami. Kwesinye isikhathi. Hamba ngayo every day Toyota ebusuku nantambama. Uzoyigxeka la intathe ekuseni ngasingalele. Boba uyukhuze ukuthi isikhathi kusekuseni for indaba ezinje man. Please.
Ngokhuza njani Velile half past 12 manje. Ngiyavuka bayenza ama lunch.
iToyota imise primary, yamise high school, yamise university futhi quantum phakathi from super 10 IAs asambeni 44 mahlalisana iToyota le ayithatha kancane ekuseni kangaka.
Thina besihamba ngamakhumbi so VW Velile
bese kubuye kuthiwa abadlali bayisevele iWorld Cup kodwa amagqika kuthiwa abadlali bePirate abane-experience. Ngingazi bebaye ngaki bebadlala mina kafkhona. Uyobopha umdlalo wePirate wenza ipenalty lapha nge-Egypt. Umdlalo wePirates okona on goal against Zimbabwe. Yi-experience yePirate leyo. Yikorisi bafana. Azo isikhathi kusekuseni for le ndaba madoda. Kube siyaphupha amaye mara nisiphuphisa kabi. Siphuphisa kabi bantu benkosi.
Velile like Velile.
No, why makuyimi kumele kukhuluma igame kodwa abantu bangena bahembe la bakhuluma into ezingazifuni.
Awu, ama-penalty akithi ayeza.
Asinandaba nawo. Abantu bangene la basitshela ngama-players bezivele iWorld Cup kodwa amagxeka kuthiwa iPirate ayina-experience. But siyibone sonke bafana. Wonke izwe liyibonile ama-player wenza ama-penalty ama-own goal. Ungazi experience yiphi-ke leyo. Yeah, so the experience ne-CAF is so overrated. Yes, the amount I so overrated. Don't go new experience, new experience. And Zambia win CAF without the cup without experience.
Yeah.
Experience kumele igujwe njalo kumele yenze njalo. Yazi asavelela ngoba bangakhetha abadlali baya ama-team kancane sekunywe. Kudlala play Pirate ayi-6 lapha kubafana. Fuke ngudlalele first game. udlalile second game uyenza ipenalty scorile on goal umfukeng
Kalukota.
umfukong udlalile ubudlalise 30 minutes wakhishwa
Technical.
iPirates beyikhojwa uRivero lapho icoach Hugo bros iPirates idlala uPyramids beyikhojwa uRivero into ezithu ezihlukene lezo noHugo bros.
Yeah.
Anikahleni bafowethu man sibukela ibhola sibukela ama-Afrika sichasisa Nigeria abanye baphumile base-Europe support abase-Nigeria ngifuna baphume wonke lama-Arab belaphume nje tisukwini nje abasekhaya anginankinga naloko ngajabula kabi futhi ngoba ngiyazi ukuthi laba abangaku-finals kufanele umhlolo Nokufanele umhlolo wabhizi bawo umchazelo urefu ku-first game udile nabo la beji bathi bazama amathayi wabo nje baphela nje but lo refu lona ngiyambona ubuya abuthi Khucho School of Refereeing uka-ref into yakhe naye kule game lo referee lo ushama amafoul abona wethu
Uyihlupha kakhona. Uyihlupha kakhona.
Angeke mntakababa hayi kodwa nje hayi kuhle sisasekhona sisabhekile ngiyakubona ubonke mawuthi izoba khona World Cup akakutholi ukuthi ukhuluma ngani hayi usifunela ukubona iCape Verde nje uyivezile indaba yakho ukuthi yini afuna ukuyibona
Lile for time hayi mara niyahlupa nina.
awukwazi ukuthi for time usuku lusaqala ilanga khale liqala by 12:30 usuku
for time
ilanga liqala nini kanti for time malishonile esikidla kuwe ngabo 9 ebusuku nanoma kusekuseni kuyintada namhlanje i6 ekuseni ngithi for time yani kusekuseni awukahle
cross night for time cross night
khane kusa ndoda ilanga lisazophuma
mina ngisayenza lunchbox yomntwana manje hayi
we are here to stay awukahle kanti usuhlala wedwa yini ngamalanga awungathi uyimpohlo nje nawe
yabona ke ungakhipha indaba zakho ukhipha indaba zakho Melvin welcome how are you Melvin Melvin how are you Melvin welcome guys we're about to go to penalties. Melvin, how do you feel about this game? Hey bar.
This game, man, it's just been level pegging. When you look at this game, right, I believe that I just don't know which team changed technically, to have the same formation that mirrors the other one. But that also shows weakness. It shows that you're afraid of that other team. These two teams were basically doing the same thing, out of everything in this team, besides the boring game and the predictability of the game, we all saw it coming. The Moroccans knew that Wobi is going to be the one who facilitates the ball to maybe, let's say, Ondika. Ondika will find Lukman, cross in. Same thing, the other side, Adams, cross in. They were predictable. Same thing with Morocco. They was doing these long balls. You can't do that with the Nigerians who are giants, right? Something that I've noticed is Calvin Bessie, man. When he's pressured a lot, he cracks under pressure. There's so many times whereby he made some mistakes that if they had gotten a really clinical striker, right? I'm not saying that Al-Kabi is not clinical, but in those instances, unfortunately, he couldn't deal with the recovery of Bessie. But if it was a more technically and a more physical striker like Haaland, for instance, who likes to run behind the defense and use his body, to restrict, the defender and score. That was a goal. I know people are saying that he was really good. I didn't see it, honestly, except for making those long passes. Just like Mbokazi, I really didn't see it. I think he made clumsy mistakes that he shouldn't make. This is a guy who plays for a big team, for him. We shouldn't be seeing such nonsense, and something that I also noticed is that the Moroccans are a bit more technical. They're very good technically. And that the Nigerians are more physical, they're more raw, they don't have that flairness, they just want to get the ball there and there, unfortunately here they couldn't do that because Morocco had figured them out, same thing with them. And also the Nigerians, right, they crack under a team that has got stamina and they can match them physically. In this game, I saw guys like Abu Osimhen breathing heavily here. You know, we haven't been seeing him the whole game, but the guy looks tired. The whole Nigeria, you know, from the start of extra time to the end, they were tired. They were just defending. We
Yeah.
saw Morocco going into their third the most. Unfortunately, they were making half chances there. So it was very predictable for Unwad, the Nigerian names, Mwabali, to be able, you know, to catch those balls. But anyways, this match does deserve to go to penalties. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if Bono can win here, man. You know, PSL keepers are very good at penalties. You know, I have to give it to them. Abuchi Pezeze. Hey, these guys, man, I don't know, man. Do they only train to do penalties? I mean, god damn it. But we'll see. We'll see. But I do see Nigeria winning here.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not jumping in because of time, but yeah, we're getting into penalties, guys. Agent,
Quickly, because I want to go. Yeah, no. Hi, nobody shame. Hey, we have watched him enough, eh? Fresh PSS. But anyways, they will say I hate PSL, and it's fine. No, man. But I wanted to say, you know, sometimes there are some unspoken rules that we have about football. You don't bring in a player to come and take a penalty. He will miss, man. He will miss. I hope Chukwueze doesn't miss.
Yeah.
And I'll be here for it. But yeah, I think you missed out. I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
No, hey, I thought, Luana, you're going to bring my business to the streets, Emar. Guys.
By the way, OT is single and he's looking for a person. Thank you.
I'm not looking. Hey, go. First one in. I get it. 1-0. They've scored their first goal. Morocco scores their first goal. Past Unabali. We're in a very tough place right now. Hey, man, Napeto. Hey, the Tabataka. Who's stepping up for Niger? Let me just get the names up so that I can call on them as we go along. It's 1-0. Morocco's leading 1-0 right now. You haven't missed much. It's still the same penalties. Stepping up is Paul Onuachu. Number 19 for Nigeria. Can you put it past Bono? And hey, Mushabileka starts step. It is 1-1. Penalties. Guys, who do you want to win this? Oh, Mama Joy. Has Mama Joy put in the transfer request lane? Hey, transfer request that's Mama Joy. Ingata man. Oh, Mama Joy. Mama Joy, Mama Joy now. She's gone now. Okay, stepping up to take the penalties, number 7. Guys, this number 7, I don't rate him, eh? Hamza Ikamani. Stepping up to take a penalty. Like I said, I do not rate this man. Missed the penalty. Guys, number 7. The whole game, I was watching him since he came on and I was like, there's no way. Morocco has missed their first penalty. I know. Like sometimes you can just see it, man. Sometimes you can look at a player and be like, what? Okay, who's stepping up? Is it Chukwueze? Mara Bongs, it was going wide, Bongs. It was going wide, Bongs. Mama Joy is not loyal. I thought we knew. That's why Mama Joy is living her best life. Nigeria miss. Guys, they don't want to finish this game. Hi, okay, they've both missed now. Save. Oh, isn't that the Bota wearing Nigerian clothes? How's the green sassy listen? He was putting just for the pen and he missed. Hey. Here we go, stepping up to take. Oh, great penalty! That was a good penalty. Ben Sagir scores for Morocco. Remember, both teams have missed one penalty up to this point. That was a bad penalty by Chikweze. That was such a bad penalty by Chikweze. Guys, it was such a bad penalty for someone who was brought in specifically for that. Okay, here we go. Dele Bashiru has stepped in, a player that was mentioned by Usinje, stepping up. Now he was a sub in the game. I think Bono's got this one. Oh, okay, never mind. 2-2 the score is. Both have missed one penalty up to this point. Eric Shell is going to be fired after this if they don't go. Melvin, apparently Tunisia has already made him an offer. Apparently he's going to Tunisia. They're willing to add the money, bump the cheese up, do all of those things. Hakimi has stepped. Oh, imagine Hakimi undoing all of the good work that he did in this game by missing. Yo, we've been talking about him all game long. Can you imagine if he misses it? Hakimi stepping up to face Nwabali. Now apparently Shell has been, oh, what a goal. Okay, 3-2. I'm not even up there. Oh, hey guys, I'm sorry. Currently 3-2. Nice penalty there by Hakimi, showing why he's a Ballon d'Or finalist. Okay, we've got Onyemachi stepping up. Miss. Oh, Kosiame. Reflex save there by Bono. He was diving the other way and then he just put his hand out. What a save by Kosiame. Strong hand. Oh, Nigeria's going home, guys. Oh, shame. Nigeria's going home. As it stands, we're looking for Nwabali to come and do a miracle here. Done. 4-2 it ends. Guys, I'm going to go now. Expect my reviews tomorrow. Later today. Guys, I want to go. It's been real. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Morocco is through to the final where they will face Senegal. Senegal versus Morocco. in the final of the AFCON that's going to be on Sunday. And then, of course, Nigeria will have one more chance to save face when they face Egypt. When they face Egypt, Egypt, you're going to open the floodgates. Hey, okay, agent, very quickly, agent, don't open the gates.
No, Mr. OT, like, I don't like people that don't follow football, you know, especially at this level. You know this thing. Everybody who follows football knew Chukwueze is gonna miss. You knew it. You just knew it. Like, we've seen it with Marcus Rashford, we've seen it with a lot of players. Like, they've seen this thing. I don't know why you wouldn't keep on doing this thing. I don't know. At this level, I just don't know. You know? You are seeing that the game is heading to penalties. At least give him 5 minutes to warm up.
Just to warm up, yeah. Just to warm up. Yeah.
You know, but like I said, it's going to be number 1 versus number 2. This has been an AFCON like that, where top 8 teams are the top 8, top 4 teams are the top 4, top 2 teams are the top 2. Is top 1 team going to be the number 1? I don't know, but that's what the pattern has been saying. But what a lovely night. And personally speaking, I love it for Morocco. You know, whenever we speak about development, we speak about a plan, we speak about Morocco.
Yeah.
You know, take your development serious. I believe, personally speaking, I don't mind them winning, in as much as I'm not the North Africans, but the organic growth of them, I love it. And yeah, man, congratulations to them.
You know, guys, now I'm calling it a night. Some of us have to be up in a couple of hours to make lunch boxes. So I'll see you guys then on Friday. So I'm going to be back on Friday. Tomorrow, we don't have a show. So Friday, I'll be back. We'll look at what's happened. We'll speak about what's going to happen over the weekend. And then, of course, we'll watch the games that are happening on the weekend. The third place playoff and then, of course, the final. So please, we're almost back, guys. PSL is almost back. Ngoba ngiyanizwa man.
Abantu bayakhala ngikhali ngiyi-1 angikhali ngiyi-1 sikhala sibaningi nangumngani wami ngapha uyakhala ngikhali ngiyi-1 sikhala sibaningi.
Yeah, so besibuyile abanye are going to be saying
Sute Ratsamaya Sute.
The only team capable of beating Kaizer Chiefs right now. Real Madrid combine it with Barcelona, put Van Dijk at the back. They might have a chance.
Abanye are going to be coming out. I wanted to no, let me not do. Kadlala papakani.
Yabona mina i-team engiyithandayo i-Orlando Pirates. Yeah, it's got my careful. Up the Bucks.
Ipagani.
Bye guys.